Alright guys, welcome to the first of this WWE 2K17 5 Things series, where we take a look at 5 things that we want to see return in the next iteration of the WWE 2K series. Today we kick things off with 5 match types we want to see in WWE 2K17. When WWE 13 released on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, it brought with it a match type that had been missing from the series for a very long time. A match type used to finally settle the score when rivalries had reached their boiling point, as showcased in the game's Attitude Era mode as Mankind took on The Rock at the 1999 Royal Rumble. It is of course the I Quit match, where rather than beating your opponent in submission, you have to humiliate them by forcing them to utter the words I quit. Unfortunately, as with a lot of match types, this was one of the ones to disappear when making a jump to next gen, and while 2K16 brought back some of the missing matches, the I Quit match was left behind.
We're fixing to really smell what The Rock is cooking, and so is Mankind. He's gonna shatter Mick Foley's skull. He cannot do this. The most electrifying move. No, he may have shattered Foley's skull.
Now you tell The Rock, after the most electrifying move in sports entertainment today, you quit.
Up next on the list, we have one of the most extreme matches we've ever seen in WWE, the Inferno match, where the only way to win is to set your opponent on fire. Now obviously this doesn't quite fit in with the whole PG era, which could explain its absence, but with the match type still being featured in last gen versions of 2K16, then there's no reason for it to be absent on next gen. As for how it worked, the mechanics were pretty simple, and the same players wrestle a regular match until the heat reached a certain level, before dragging their opponent over the ropes to initiate a minigame, which if successful would see them throw their opponent through the ropes, setting them on fire in the process. Speaking of extreme match types, one fans have long since wanted to see return is that of the Backstage Brawl, and I don't mean the same Backstage Brawl that we got on last gen, which was seen from WWE 12 to 2K16, where essentially it was the same area each and every year. I mean a full-on proper Backstage Brawl that doesn't just limit us to a single area, but allows us to switch locations and brawl not only throughout the building, but also into the street and beyond. Sure, it sounds a bit much, but it's nothing that we've not seen before. Even back in the days of the early SmackDown games on the PS1, we could go backstage and even travel to WWE New York. Then things progressed from there, and we also had superstars climbing buildings to see who could jump off the tallest object, trying to emulate Shane McMahon, and we had superstars fighting out in train stations, throwing their opponents on the track, brawling in the streets, and even throwing people in front of cars. It was absolute chaos, and yet currently, not only can we not go backstage, but we can't even get off the stage. So please, 2K, bring it back. The penultimate match type on our list is another one that's been missing for a long time, ever since the days of the SmackDown vs Raw series. It is the fan favourite Buried Alive match. Now, while this match type hasn't been available for selection, it did make it into last year's 2K Showcase mode, just like the casket match did in 2K15. However, rather than a full match type, it only featured as a Falls Count Anywhere match that ended in a cutscene when performing a finisher next to the mound of dirt in the entranceway. In the past though, I had the full thing to play where we could actually climb up onto the dirt, brawl away, and then lay our opponent to rest by either throwing them into the grave or going down an OMG moment style route and actually performing finishers such as the last ride, sending them into the casket or the grave before bringing in a digger to help well and truly finish them off. So with 2K16 featuring the match type in showcase mode and having all the elements needed for the match already in place, including the grave, the cutscenes and the digger to bury them, then hopefully 2K17 sees 2K bring it back rather than let it rest in peace.
My God, what a match! You never know what you're going to see in a Buried Alive match.
Here's your winner. Everybody comes out all the Undertaker.
Yeah, you're not to, because if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that your opponent will.
At number 1 on the list, we'll have yet another recent return match type that was taken away from us way too soon in the special guest referee match. Now, of all the missing match types on this list, this one is the hardest to comprehend, as unlike the likes of Buried Alive or I Quit that require new animations or props, the special guest referee match has all the elements already needed in place. It's just a case of replacing the referee with a superstar and having them use the referee's moveset, so it begs the question, why is this not currently available? With that said, while some of the match types on this list are a little more unlikely, surely special guest referee is one that we can look forward to seeing, as it's such a basic match type that leads to a ton of fun, especially when you play it online with friends and you choose to screw one of them over, resulting in a Christian style temper tantrum. So fingers crossed, let's hope 2K17 sees the return of special guest referee matches, and hopefully more of those on this list. Anyway guys, let me know your thoughts on today's 5 things and which 5 match types you want to see return in WWE 2K17. Did I cover all of them, or did I miss off one that you really want to see? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more 5 things in the lead up to 2K17. Make sure to subscribe, have an awesome day, and until next time, I'll catch you later.